Today we are on an interior river where the water has gotten suddenly very brown due to a warm weather spell, often a common occurrence in late spring. Let's see how we might be able to deal with a tough turn of events like this.
All right, so I got really dirty water here. Probably about maybe 4 inches of viz. Fairly swift. I'm gonna see what I can find in here. I think I'm switching to I've gone to a rather large fly, essentially a vampire, size 14 vampire with a 3.5 millimeter bead. So that's pretty much a streamer. That's what I'm nymphing here right now. With a hot orange bead, black body. Enough to get down in the water. And hopefully the contrast between the hot orange and the black will offer something that the fish can see, because they're still here. Regardless if the water's dirty, they're still going to be here. It's just a matter of getting your fly in a position where they can see it, which isn't always easy. Either they can see it, or they can feel it or sense it, right? So I've picked kind of a softer pocket of water in a sense, or softer area. It's way bigger in the pocket. The inside seam of a rather large river. And I'm kind of targeting an area where I think the fish might seek a little bit of refuge from the big fast water right now. Don't know if there's anything in here. I'd kind of be surprised if there wasn't, because of course the water's got such low visibility. Gonna have to cover things a little bit more thoroughly than you would when the water had really good clarity, right? Because I mean the fish now cannot see any more than a couple of inches. And they might be able to sense further than that, you know, through their lateral line and everything like that. But there's so much noise in the river as well, just from the riffles and stuff like that, that I'm sure even their lateral line sensitivity is probably not optimum, as opposed to like still water or something, right? So I'm gonna try and cover everything as thoroughly as I can. Each square inch almost is what it's gonna be, because you could easily put a fly right past a fish and miss them. Right now, I don't know if they're sitting in the turbulent, rough water, or if in the slack water down to my right. I'm kind of gonna cover it all to see what it is they're maybe preferring right now. One of the key things is to also make sure that you're giving the fish enough time to find your fly. You know, you can still do upstream presentations, okay? But more than likely the fish aren't gonna hit the fly 1 second into when it hits the water, right? In the springtime on a clear river, yes, they'll do that when they're looking up. But right now, these fish can't see very much, although probably more than we think. But you have to give them time to find it, chase it. They might follow it downstream, or, you know. Got quite a wind here as well. Got a little bit of a tangle of the fly line. There we go. Clean that off. No, come on. I'm fishing water that's probably about waist deep. Might be a bit too deep for the fish right now. Because usually a good strategy is when the water gets murky like this, light penetration goes down quite a bit, right? I mean, it gets less, light penetration. So you don't want to fish the waters that are too deep because there's just not enough light for the fish to see your fly. Shallow waters are often going to be better. So far I'm not finding much. I'm not giving up hope yet. I don't know when I'll give up hope, but it'll be a bit still. I'm still good. It ain't hopeless. Thing is too, in the waters this color is you don't have to worry too much about spooking fish. Matter of fact, you may find that they're going to come and sit right in your ankles because you're stirring up the bottom. They don't even know you're there. A lot of the time, you can get right on top of them. You might be picking up or hearing a lot of wind noise in the audio too right now, only because it is fairly windy, which is making some of the casting a little bit more of a unique challenge. Really trying to let my fly, when I cast it out, swing all the way down. I want to fish it as long as I can. That's also giving the fish as much opportunity as it can to find a fly. If you can't find it, you can't take it. So you gotta make sure those fish can see your fly. Sometimes when the water gets a little bit muddy like this, it actually can be better fishing because of the spook factor being reduced. But also a lot of times, it can get a lot slower. Just because sometimes the fish do go off the feed.
I fished about another 150 feet of water for another 10 minutes with no results, covering the water patiently from the shallows to the waist-deep areas. And I covered the slack water as well. After that, I moved back up to the head of the seam, made a fly change, and continued to search for fish.
I'm gonna try the chewing gum worm. Not something I use a lot of, but in water conditions like this, you know, you need something big. Something that makes a lot of noise in the water. All things like that. Okay. The big worm kind of fits the bill. Let's just see if it can reveal much. A little bit heavier too, I put on to get down there. And I'm just going to kind of work my way down. And we'll go right just like that, eh? A few jigs. A couple of fish find it. And latch into a nice one. Oh, I knew there had to be something right there. Hey, that well, yeah. Chewing gum worm. Right, nice fish. Oops. Come there. Nice little cutty. And whoosh to the net, big fella. All right, fly came out. Thank you, the two-tone chewing gum worm. Back into the depths you go. Haha. Well, it's always nice when you make a change and get almost instant results. What would be really nice is to have that decision reaffirmed by catching another fish really fast. Well, it may have been a hit. Ah. Come on. All it takes is the right fly at the right time to get the one fish you need. You know? Maybe changing flies, going a little bit heavier, going with a slightly different pattern. Maybe that didn't make a difference. Maybe it just happened to be this time. Fly was in the right place at the right time with the fish. Sometimes it may have nothing to do with your fly choice. And you know what? I think it was a fly choice. Come on, puppy. Another decent fish. Where'd you go? And come on, to the net, to the net. And yes, beauty. Wow. Okay. Back into the water you go, Woody. Huh. Okay, well, two good fish, pretty short time. That's somewhat convincing. Let's give it just a little bit longer.
So what did we learn today? You may have to have some patience when the waters suddenly turn brown, as they did this day for me. You also have to be prepared to cover slightly different waters, trying to find spots where the light penetrates better to allow the fish to see your flies. This includes shallower water and slower water. But never forget that the fish may prefer these water conditions, as it protects them from predators and allows them to better ambush prey. Knowing this can give you the confidence to realize it is not hopeless. You don't have to fish big flies, but it can really help. If there's a current hatch on, always start with that. But if that doesn't work, give them something they can see. If they don't notice your fly in the cloudy water, then you'll never even have a chance to catch him. In this situation today, in the muddy water, a chewing gum worm in darker colors proved to be the ticket. Thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed the video.